Hey guys, thank y'all so much for joining me today on Glam with Marty. Today I have something very, very exciting to do. So for Christmas, my mom got me not one, but two palettes from Huda Beauty. I got the New Nudes and the Naughty Nudes palettes. So this one is like the good one, the angel, the good sister. This is the bad one, the devil, the sexier sister. So that's both of these. I'm going to review this one next time. Today I'm going to be reviewing this one. It retails for $65. It is absolutely stunning. I did use it to create this eye look today. So if you guys want to see what I think about this beautiful palette, you can just keep on watching. Thanks. Okay, y'all, so first of all, I'm so excited about this. This has been years in the makings that I wanted this palette. So this is the New Nudes palette from Huda Beauty. I am so excited. This is like my first impressions of opening it. Let's see what it's... Because I know I talked about the packaging in the beginning. Well, I know I mentioned it in the beginning, showed it to y'all and everything, but this was like my true, real first impressions of it, and I am very excited. The outside unicorn, absolutely beautiful. It's very elegant. Okay, so this is the front of the actual palette itself. It says on the back, 18 eyeshadows and 5 ready-to-layer textures, 10 buttery matte, 4 multi-reflective shadows, 2 pressed glitters, 1 pressed pearl, and 1 concealer base. Oh, that's kind of cool. So they put a concealer base in there so I don't have to cut my crease with it. That's nice. Okay. I will tell y'all, y'all know I say this all the time, I don't like the packaging that has a face on it. Like, I don't like when they put a picture, like a photograph on it, but it's beautiful either way. I love all the nude tones in here. I like that the word nude is like shinier, like it has some kind of texture on it. Let's open it up. This color is beautiful. I just love it. This is gorgeous. Her aesthetic is insane. I love Huda's aesthetic. So this is the, I don't want to blind y'all with the ring light, but this is the inside of it. This is the card. Y'all remember when we did the rose gold palette? I'm going to put a card for that up there. When we did the rose gold palette, I said the same thing. The card had a face on it, and it's very creative. I don't like the face being on the front of the palette, but the card being plastic like this instead of just the clear little thing. Woo! I'm so freaking happy. This is the palette, y'all. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. Look at the colors. A perfect nude palette with a bunch of beautiful shades that I could use on my skin tone that are gonna look nice. These glitters I can't wait to get into. This one, oh my god. Okay, let's get started because I'm ready. Let's start with Teddy. This shade right here, Teddy. No, as a matter of fact, let's start with Tickle because I want to do kind of a pink look. So let's do Tickle. Actually, name is Tickle, not Tickle, huh? Oh gosh, shave, big fluffy brush. Let me zoom y'all in a little bit so y'all can see me better. Okay, that's a little better. I think y'all can see me better now, right? Yeah, okay. Big mirror. Wall-to-wall mirror. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I just took out 18 pans, right? So let's start with Tickle as our transition shade. Beautiful color. Not a lot of kick out, wrestling. So I'm going to drag that into my, where I always put my transition shade. So I'm going to put that here, drag it in a little bit. That pigment is really good, y'all. I thought the new nude palette was going to be a little too light for my complexion, but looks like it's going to be pretty good because this color Tickle is showing up, man. It's showing up. I can't wait to compare this to the Naughty Nudes palette. It's so pigmented, I could probably do circles instead of just windshield wiper motions like I usually do. And I'm just putting that all over my crease. Even dragging a little tiny bit on the lid. But these shades are pigmented. Wow. Just checking the big mirror. Looks good. Going in with my NYX crease brush that I always use. I want to go in with, I like Spanked, that pink shade. Girl, these names are sexy. Okay, so let's go with Spanked, this beautiful pink shade right here. And I'm going to dip into it with this brush. I'm so sorry for my phone, y'all. Looks like we got some pigment here. I'm going to start right in the middle with it, and I'm going to blend it out. Oh, that's pretty. These shades, the two I've used so far, are so complementary of one another. It's like, it's crazy. So pretty. Okay, so we have a transition shade. We have a crease color. Both are gorgeous. I really think I want to try to use Daydream today in this look, or Crave, one of these two. Let me do my brow highlight first so I can try to figure this out because I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I normally take a big fluffy brush and blend my crease and my transition, but I don't think I need to this time. They just blended so well together. Eyeshadow brush, a flat shader brush. We're going to go with the shade Bear, which is this beautiful white color. This palette is just so beautiful. And of course, I love the fact that y'all have the names underneath it, Huda, because y'all know I don't like having to look back and forth. That's so annoying. So popping this into my brow bone. Very, very pretty. Gorgeous. And the thing I like about this palette, at least so far, it's not a whole lot of work. Like, I can't stand when there's palettes that I have to just toil and toil and toil and work and work and work to fix, where it's like, girl, I'm just trying to do my makeup. Why is this taking so much energy? Excite is gorgeous too. All of these shades are just beautiful. Actually, a little bit of a letdown. It's not quite as glitter as I thought. Infatuated too. So they're pretty, but they're not super glitter coverage as I was expecting, unless you use them as toppers. You could always use them as toppers, I guess, but you know. I've been into halo eyes so much lately, y'all. I don't know why. I don't know what's gotten into me. Let's try the concealer first, though. So concealed, I'm actually going to go in with a concealer brush instead of like a eyeshadow brush. Now, usually I would use my Born This Way Naturally Radiant from Too Faced, but since they included one, oh no, I can do it with y'all. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So that concealer I already know is going to go fast because I'm going to use it for almost all of my looks. So just, if you're considering this palette, just be aware of that. It's going to, I feel like because I'm going to use it every time I use this palette, it is going to probably hit pan pretty early. Let me do this off camera. I'm going to finish it. Okay, y'all, I've watched people review this palette, and a lot of people didn't like the concealer shade. I really like it, and I like it most of all because it's not a super wet concealer, so it's not going to transfer. But this one, it's so thick, it's kind of hard, so it doesn't spread that much. I really, really like that. It's perfect for carving out the eyelid, y'all. Alright, so I'm going to go with this shade Lace, which is this really pretty lavender. And I'm going to take this this SM Miss Glam brush, which is kind of a flared out one. I always use this for matte shades that I'm going to put on my lid. And I want to put this on the outer third and the inner third of my eye. Y'all already kind of know the drill with me with these halo eyes. I've been doing halo eyes lately. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I just love a good halo eye now. Oh, that lavender is pretty. Can y'all see it on camera? Oh, yeah, y'all can see it. And I have some kick up on it, but I'm kind of really swirling my brush in there to really get the pigment. So I don't blame them for that. I think that's me just kind of digging into the pan. I will tell y'all though, just looking at it right now, I don't know if I would have named this nude. I would have probably pink or something with soft pink, because there's a lot more pinks in here to me than there are nudes, but I don't know. I'm sure she had a reason. Daydream, I want to use my finger to get some on there. Oh my god. Wow. This is beautiful. Whoa. Oh my god. This shimmer, whatever formula this is, it is amazing. Y'all know what this palette reminds me of? My favorite palette, the Ciate London Empowered palette. Oh, look at that. I know Huda has an Empowered palette too, so maybe that makes sense to y'all. I don't know, but this is... And that's it. That's really all I feel like I need. I don't need much more than that. I haven't tried this with a brush, but you don't have to take too much for it to pop up like that. I personally like this already way, way more than I like the Rose Gold palette. I like the Rose Gold palette. It was okay, but it was kind of a letdown. I wasn't as excited about it as I wanted to be. See, I had so much hype leading up to it because I wanted this palette when it came out and I just couldn't afford it. So I just waited and waited and waited. And then my mom, for Christmas, they were having a Black Friday sale. And she was like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, I would love some eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to go into Love Bite while I'm talking to y'all, which is this pretty purple. So I told her, I was like, I would love some eyeshadow palettes. And she was like, oh, what palettes do you want? Because you have so many already. Y'all know I'm doing the palette challenge on TikTok, literally because she and I had a discussion about the amount of palettes I own. So she's like, well, you could get them if you want them, but you're going to have to order them because I don't know how to mess with all that stuff online. So I'm like, okay, cool. They happen to be having a Black Friday sale, and we got this one, I think 40% off, maybe 50%. It was a good deal for this one. The other one, the Naughty Nudes, was a little more expensive if I remember correctly, but it was a really good deal. Y'all, look how elegant it is. Like this, I'm taking a little bit more on a slender brush. I usually don't do that, but it's a pretty light color, so I want to pull it into the crease really good. I thought because it was a nude palette, I was going to go with like a bold lip because this was going to be so boring and like just brown and neutral, and it's not. It's really, really pretty. Pigmented, the house down boots. They sent in the box some samples, so I wanted to try those out too. I have the Water Jelly Hydrating Primer, And I have the Luminous Matte Full Filter Foundation. So I'm going to try that later. Right now I'm going to try this so I can apply my concealers and all that stuff. And then I'm going to come back and we'll do the foundation together. But let's see. I want to see. Because what happens with these, I always either give them away or they wind up getting tossed. And I want to start trying more stuff. Like Huda Beauty. So this is the water jelly. I want to tell y'all what the full price version is. Let me see. I'm not really looking for a new primer right now, but since they sent it. Okay, so the water jelly hydrating face primer is $33. Beautiful. Her packaging is gorgeous though. But I think she's a gal like myself. Like she is probably into a lot of the aesthetic of her brand, which I think is great because that's a big thing with me, as y'all know. I've gotten a couple of y'all in here telling me like, why are you so worried about the packaging? The packaging doesn't matter. To me it does. Oh, I love the way you open this. Nice. To me it matters because, like, especially I find if you're buying makeup, you're not just buying it for the makeup itself. Usually you're buying it for the experience. At least I am. Maybe I'm weird, but I'm buying it for the experience. I want to smell it. I want to hold it. I want to touch it. I want to see beautiful boxes. I want to do all that. Like I said, maybe I'm crazy and that's just me, but I find you are definitely going to want more than just an eyeshadow palette, especially at these prices, because really eyeshadows, I'm assuming, don't cost too much to make, but at the same time you're not just paying for the eyeshadow. So this is really nice. It reminds me a lot of the Japanese Velvet Touch primer that I love. Let me make that clear. I love that freaking primer. That's one of my favorite primers. With the exception of my all-time favorite, the Too Faced Hangover primer, with the exception of that, I like these jelly, clear, silicone kind of primers for the most part. I just feel like it makes my skin so smooth that everything just slides over, and I really, really like that. So I'm going to go and work on some more of my look. I'll be back with you guys to go over the foundation. Alright, y'all, so we are back, and I'm now going to try the Huda Beauty Full Filter Luminous Matte eyeshadow foundation. Let me see. So I have my color correct concealer on. I just want to get a quick price point on the full size version of this. Okay, so the Full Filter Luminous Matte is $42. I mean, it's a bestseller. Oh, they have so many shades. That's awesome. So yeah, that's $42. They sent the shades Fair, Light Medium, Medium Tan, and Ganache. I think we should go with probably Ganache, and I may actually use the rest of, not Ganache, I'm sorry, Tan, and then I think I'm going to actually try some of the other ones for highlight and contour. So let's see. I'm excited. I've never used their foundations before. I've only really used, oh, this is like, I don't think I'll be using it today because there's hardly any in here. That's a little teeny tiny sample, Huda. That's it. And it's like kind of feels kind of dry, so I don't know how much of that we're going to get on the face, but we shall try it, right? Let's try it. I'm just going to put it on my sponge. Oh my gosh, it's not even coming off. Yeah, we're not going to get too much out of this. I don't know if it's actually that thick or if it's just a sample. I don't know why it's, but it's, oh, it is a pretty coverage though. So I know that I can at least see the coverage a little bit on here, but I won't be able to do my whole entire face with it. I can tell you that much right now. But just a little bit I did take, it is covering up some of it. There's hardly any in there. I will be using the other shades because if I don't know if I'll ever get to use them because they don't last long. And the thing is, y'all, with these foundation samples, usually what I do is I'll usually put them in my travel kit and just use them like that. Like when I go somewhere, I just won't bring a bottle of foundation. I'll bring that instead and make it work like that. It seems like a good foundation. I mean, a really good foundation. Because just the little bit I had on here, it definitely did some things and some stuff. So yeah, I like it. So gonna go with Rich, which is this brown shade. I'm gonna use it as a contour, but I think it would be really pretty on a darker skin tone because it's a pretty shade. Oh, I should have used, well, it's too late now. Guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. For a contour, I love this. It is a matte, so I'm probably gonna have to blend as I go because I don't know if y'all know this, who contours and highlights with foundations, but matte foundations tend to dry pretty quickly on the skin, so you gotta work to blend them pretty fast. Yeah, That's a beautiful foundation though. It really is. I mean, I had a little tiny bit to try, but it's beautiful. Very pretty. And also, you don't have to use this brush. Like, I could have used, I have this really good Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that I use to blend out cream products, cream and liquids, and it's just, it's a really beautiful brush that I got one year. Yeah, I like that foundation. It's good. It's a good contour. Can't wait to try this as a highlight. Let's put some more down here. I really like this. Really, really like it. That color, this, what was it called? Rich. That's a pretty brown. Like if you have, it's a real warm undertone. Which Huda is a melanated beauty, if I remember correctly. So she, I guess, would know to. But I'm saying that, but a lot of people, it be on people sometimes. It really does. But it was called some weird name, matte something, luminous matte. I don't know what that means. Like, how can you be luminous and a matte? But I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's past my understanding. Okay, yeah, let me do Shape Tape real quick. I kind of like this shade Raw here, so we're gonna use that one for under the eye. Shade of brown, and I am just stamping this underneath, so. Oh, so pretty. This is freaking amazing. Like this, I know I keep saying it, but it's all I can compare it to because the only Huda palette I own. I love it so much more. Well, we're gonna go with Fair. We're gonna go with Fair here, which is the lightest shade on the little card. And we're going to use that to apply as a cream highlight. And I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. All these shades, I don't know if they just got old or what happened to them, but they're just so like, ugh, like powdery. Like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to, I could put this one along the bridge of my nose. Little dot here. I never opened the box. Well, I did open the box, obviously, to get it out, but I never pulled the little thing back on the samples, the foundation samples, so I don't know why they're so dry. Unless the foundation itself is pretty dry, because it is a matte, so I could see that, or it's supposed to be a matte. So I could see that, I could get that example, but I don't know, it's like really, really dry. Really, really dry, y'all. So I'm gonna take a Arcelli beauty sponge. I'm just gonna wet it just a little tiny bit, because again, this is so thick and dry that I have to really kind of pat it out. Yeah, it is a pretty foundation. I'd like to try it in a pump. Like, I'd like to try like a, not a full size, because I don't know if I'll like it or not, and I really have no more room for any more foundations in this house, but I want to see how it works if you pump it out, where it doesn't get exposed to the air until you pump it. I like the finish of this foundation, and I hear a lot of people, like everybody's go-tos, a lot of people love Huda's foundations and her powders, but I've never. I'm gonna go with my MJH39. Sorry, this was part of the Jaclyn Hill collection. Ugh, I've had quite enough of Jaclyn Hill, but I love these brushes. Okay, so I'm going to pop that into the corner of my eye. I mean, really freaking beautiful. Look at that. So I'll see you guys in the wrap up, because that's all I have to try out from them. So okay, y'all, I am back. The rest of my look is completely done. I'm dressed, ready to go, because I have to go to dinner tonight anyway, so it worked out good. But I want to go over everything I tried out in this review of the Huda Beauty New Nudes eyeshadow palette. We can go ahead and start with the palette, because I have to talk about this. This is the eyeshadow palette. This is the look I created with it. These are the swatches on my arm. I went ahead and swatched all of them for y'all off camera. This is what they look like. The color story. Y'all, I love this palette. I don't know if I said that slowly enough. I'll say it again. I love this palette. Look at those shimmers, y'all. That shade called Daydream. Oh my God. And then Crave in the inner tear duct. So freaking good. I mean, I had really high hopes for this palette, and it really did live up to the hype. It retails for $65, which is a little steep, We didn't pay that much. I can't remember. I think we paid 30 something for it, but oh my god, such a good palette. If you did pay the 65 for it, I'd actually be okay with that. That's how beautiful this palette is. So that's the one I reviewed today. 5 out of 5 diamonds, of course. That was the New Nudes palette. Next, I'm going to be reviewing the Naughty Nudes palette from Huda Beauty too, so stay tuned for that. I cannot wait to review this one. Let me get to the little samples they sent in. The water jelly primer. It's okay, it's just a regular primer. I mean, there wasn't anything really exciting about it. Instant dewiness, smooth finish, activated makeup grip. Yeah, I guess it's okay. It's just a primer. It reminds me of the Japanese Beauty Velvet Touch. Y'all can see it's that same silicone-y clear kind of primer. And it also reminds me of the one I got from BoxyCharm. Oh, this one. The Essential Glow from Yinza Beauty. Both of those are really good, and that's what it reminds me of. So I like this one. Not amazing. I think it's kind of expensive. I don't think I'd pay for it. But let's say 5 out of 5. Oh no, let's say 4 out of 5 diamonds. Not a bad primer. I can't tell if it's gonna last all night. I'm about to go to dinner. If it looks bad when I get back, I will update y'all and let y'all know it looks bad. But as of right now, let's say 4 out of 5 diamonds. Next, we have the Full Filter Luminous Matte. I will tell y'all, they only gave a teeny tiny amount in the sample. But even with this little tiny bit, I was able to do my whole face with foundation. I used the shade, I forgot what it was, Tan. I used the shade Tan for my all over color. I used the shade Light for my cream highlight. And I used the shade Rich for my cream contour, and it came out really, really good. So I like the Full Filter foundation, even though it was a little dry, and even though they gave so little in the little sample thing, I still really liked it. I was able to test it. It still had really good coverage and all that. So I'm gonna actually give that a 5 out of 5 because I think with that little tiny sample, it still showed up and did a really good job. So that is it for my Huda Beauty review, y'all. I have been waiting to review that palette for so long because I always wanted it but could not afford it. So thank you to my parents for getting it for me for Christmas. I really appreciate it. It is so beautiful. I can't wait to do your makeup, Mom. My dad would kill me, but my mom, I cannot wait to do your makeup with this palette because it's absolutely beautiful. All right, y'all, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am going to list everything I am wearing on my face down below. If you guys want to see what I do on a daily basis, I update my TikTok page daily. I have 2 big hauls coming up, one from TJ Maxx, which features this beautiful Champion sweatshirt, and I also have another one coming from Walgreens where I shopped after Christmas and got all kind of stuff. So you want to check out my TikTok, that's going to be right here. And if you want to see my glam in real time, stories, posts, I have a bunch of outfit of the days and bag of the week posts that are going to be on my Instagram page, which is going to be right here. And then my craziness all across the board, sports, wrestling, reality TV, music, politics, whatever I feel like talking about is going to be on my Twitter page, which is right there. Please like the video if you guys like what you see here, and please subscribe if you want to see more of me. Please subscribe because we are having a giveaway coming at 500 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a brand new unopened Dossier perfume. It is Floral Marshmallow is the one I'll be giving away. So as soon as we get to 500 subs, we'll talk about that. And I'll see you guys next time you get glam if you want to come on over and get glam with Marty. See y'all next time. Bye.